Hey everyone, and welcome to our Thursday Tech Spark. I'm Ivy, I'm the host for today, and we have our expert speaker, Karim, join with us as well.
Hello, Ivy. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here today.
Thank you, Karim. So before we get started, if you have any question, feel free to leave in chat. Our team will help you answer the question. So let's get started. Today we're going to talk about the constant voltage PWM LED driver, which is actually our new product. So Karim, do you want to start from the basic product features and what kind of options we have?
Yeah, so as Ivy mentioned, we're gonna talk about the LED driver, and this is one from the LED driver we have been launching recently on last December. So it has been in the market for almost 6 months so far. And today we're gonna point out the SPWM series. So I hopefully it's a bit tricky today, so I'm gonna try to make it simple as much as I can.
Yeah.
And just I'm gonna start with the product introduction, then I'm gonna go deeper for the technical side. So the series that we have today, it's called SPWM. So S stands for single output, constant voltage LED driver. So it's mainly for constant voltage, like a decorative light, linear light, anything that it's require a constant voltage, and BWM, which is pulse width modulation. And on the next slide that we're gonna understand what we mean with the pulse width modulation. So for this model, we do have three series that we have been over, three model, one with 75 watts, one with 150, and one with the 240. For the 75 and 100, they offer with the 12 volt output and 24 volt output. And for the 240, it's a bit higher, which is 24 volt output and 48 volt output as a
Right.
constant voltage. So in terms of the product feature here, what we do have the SPWM 75 and 150 starting from 100 volt up to 305, which is cover worldwide and mainly cover for North America 120, 208, 240, and 277. And for the high wattage, which is the SPWM-240, this one is starting from 180. So, which means it doesn't cover the 120, but however, it cover line to line 208 or 240, or line to neutral as a star connection for 80, which is 277 line to neutral.
I see.
And coming to the next feature here, we have a class 2 power supply, which means we have line neutral or line to line, and there is no ground, which means the power supply, it has a double isolation. And we do have something, as you can see from the picture, the power supply, it look like a long shape. It's long linear shape. We're gonna know from the next, like from the coming slide, why like it's long shape, mainly because this is again using with the strip light, and the strip light is long or linear lights like a tubular light, and this is required the LED driver to be long, but the width it has to be short. That's why we designed this way. And
Gotcha.
it's free air convection, which I mean that there is a fanless design, and we have here the feature, it's flicker free, which means the output voltage and the output current is going to be stable, so you will not see any flicker to the light.
Yeah.
And we designed it as a plastic case. Mainly, this is again using for the indoor application. So for the indoor application with plastic case, this is going to increase the protection level, the isolation level, as well as this is going to be more light compared to the aluminum LED driver. And in the meantime, it's cost effective as well.
Yeah, sounds great. As Karim mentioned, this is designed with a durable plastic housing, so it also has 5-year warranty. And Karim, since you mentioned the PWM already, do you want to dive deeper, like what exactly the PWM is and how does this work?
Yeah, so let's have an example for the BWM, the 75-24 volt, which is the constant voltage, 24 volt as an output voltage. And as you guys see here from the graph, we have a high value and low value. So this is the waveform of the output voltage waveform, which is going from high value, which is, as you guys mentioned, seeing here, it's 24 volt, and the low level, it's about 18 volt. So the voltage keep it changing between those values with a duty cycle. So for this graph, the duty cycle is 40%, which means we dimming the light at this case at 40%. dimming percentage. So when you increase the dimming level, so the upper part or the high level part, it's gonna be more width, or if you decrease the diode, it's gonna be short. So it depends on the dimming level. So here another graph with the a dimming function 100%, which means it's gonna be continuous at the 24 volt all the time, which is having the highest output voltage and also in the meantime output current.
Okay, I see. So the brightness level is actually depends on the duty cycle, the high level and the low level as well.
Yes.
So why we choose the PWM? Is there any advantage?
Yeah, there is advantage for the PWM if you're using this technique compared to the other technique. This is gonna give you a more precise dimming function. So if you set your dimming function to 40%, you're gonna get a precise 40%. As well as we're using a frequency range 3.2 kilohertz. And this one, the switching, it's gonna be much better for the eye efficient, so you will not see the flicker. And in the meantime, it's gonna give you a color stability since it's stable in the voltage and current.
Thank you, Karim. You already introduced the PWM. So what about the control options? What are the control options we have?
Yeah, so we do have three options. We have the blank one, which is the SPWM 75, for example, or 150 or 240 with the output voltage. And you're gonna see here, this one is it can be blank or DALI 2 or DALI 2Q. So the blank, which is the basic one, 3-in-1 dimming function, which are having a 0 to 10 volt, you can dim the light from 0% to 100%. Or if you have the same thing with the PWM signal, or if you have a resistive, like a 0 ohm resistive up to 100 kilo ohm resistance, you can dim the light from 0 to 100%. So the first one here, it's the basic one. So we have the new one, it's called DALI 2, so which is supporting DALI 2 with something called DT6. And DT6, basically, we can dim the light, dim the light as long as we can control off on the dimming. And the last option here, we have DALI 2Q, which means it's supporting something called DT8, which is it's tunable white, the LED itself a tunable white, and also RGBW control. R stand for red color, G stand for green color, B blue, and W is white color.
Oh, I see. So I'm familiar with the 3-in-1 dimming function because a lot of our LED driver already support the 3-in-1 dimming function. But the DT6, DT8, I mean, those are the new terminology for me. Can you tell us a little bit about how to choose between like dimming control, tunable white, RGBW control?
Yeah, I can do that, but before going to this one, I want to show like the audience here how the like the LED strip light look like. So we have different LED strip light on the market. So actually we have just 3 different LEDs. So the first one, we call it as single color LED strip light. So how did this it's gonna be the strip light. We have the LED, they are connected internally, and as you can see, the voltage of this strip light is 24 volt, and we have 2 terminals, one terminal for the positive and one terminal for the negative. Once we have our driver and apply voltage to those terminals, you're gonna see the LEDs is gonna bright, and it's gonna have a single color. What I mean with the single color, usually the color that you're seeing on the light, we call it as a color temperature. So it can be 3000 Kelvin, can be 6000 Kelvin, or it can be yellow or white, or it can be green, blue, any color. It's just specific color.
Yeah.
The second option we have something tunable white, which is it's LED strip, but instead of seeing one LED, you're seeing 2 LEDs with different coating on the above. So we call it one, it's called C, which is the color, this is a cool white, and this is W, which is warm white. Warm white means it's yellow color. So you can go from yellow to white with mixing these 2 LEDs. So we have here, instead of we having 2 terminals here we have 3 terminals, one for the positive, one for the cool, one for the warm. If you just need the warm light, you're gonna apply voltage to the warm to the positive. If you wanna cool, or if you wanna mixing, if you're gonna go from 3000 Kelvin to 6000 Kelvin, you can mix the color between them.
Oh, wow.
And the controller can do the mixing.
Amazing.
The last one that we have here, we have the same thing, the LED strip, but here with the RGB, red, green, blue, white. And you're gonna have a multiple terminal here, one for the white, one for the warm, one for the green, one for the red, one for the blue, and the positive. And through also the controller can mixing the color between the LED strip.
Yeah.
So back to your question, which is what is the DT6?
Yeah.
DT6 stands for device type 6, which is this is you're gonna offer as you guys as I mentioned, it's DALI 2. It's supporting this one. And here we what is the like the feature for device type 2, which is it's pretty straightforward. We can having like you're gonna see on the DALI driver, the output terminal having two positive pin and two negative pin. They are connected internally. So you're gonna connect it to the LED with the single color LED strip. And once you turn on the power supply or the driver, you're gonna see the LED strip is gonna power up. So what is the advantage of this one? It just you're gonna control to DALI and you can dim the light from 0.1% up to 100% and turn on and turn off the light.
Oh.
And DT6 is just supporting one address. So the power supply has one address, it's supporting one output, which is this one channel.
Gotcha.
And this is mainly using for the single color. You cannot use the DT6 for RGB color or tunable white. DT8, actually it's function as DT6. It can be function as DT6, but it has more features. So here instead, the other one, DT6, one address control one channel, but here one address it can control multiple channel. So in our case, the SPWM DALI 2Q, we have 4 channels. So if you see the terminal of the output LED driver here, we're gonna have 2 channels, two positive. They are connected internally, and we have 4 channels: one for the red, one for the green, one for the blue, and one for the white. If you connect it and connect the LED strip, you can having mixing color, or you can individually control each unit or each channel individually. You can turn on a specific light, turn off a specific light, or you can make mixing, or you can go from warm to green.
Yeah.
And here the advantage for this one, it can be using with single color, it can be using with the tunable white, or it can be using with the RGB. So basically the DT8, it has the mixing. So it depends on the LED strip that the customer has. He gonna choose if he wanna DT6 or DT8.
I see.
Yeah. So here in terms of the comparison, just a quick comparison between DT6 and DT8, just if you have a single color, so you're gonna use the DT6. If you have a RGB color or the tunable white, you're gonna use the DT8. If you have multiple channel, you need to using a DT8. If you wanna have a color control, and you have to use the DT8. And this is pretty much the difference between DT6 and DT8.
Okay, so if you're looking for something single color, long shape, and basic, like dimming function, you probably want to choose DT6, right? But if you're looking for something like more colorful, for example, the decorative light in the commercial building or amusement park or nightclub, more colorful situation, maybe the DT8 should be more suitable, right?
Right.
And how about the DALI? How we control the LED on the DALI interface?
Yeah, so for the DALI 2Q, so this model you're gonna see on the output side, we have 3 dip switches, and those dip switches, when you assign those dip switches, they're gonna act like it differently. So if we do have 6 scenarios here, I'm gonna go over not all of them, but just for example, if we make the dip switches to on position, which means we telling the driver, hey, you have just one channel with a single color, and we just need to turn on, turn off, and dimming the light of this light. If we change it to on off, which means we're telling the power supply, hey, you have 4 different light with 4 different colors, or it can be the similar color, and we need to each channel to control it individually.
Yeah.
And if we change the dip switches to off, which means we're telling the driver that, hey, we have RGB lights, and the RGB light, which is activate the 4 channel, and you're gonna control the channels individually here. And for the last 3 sequence, the last 3 sequence is just merely for the tunable white. So if you make it on off, which means you're telling the driver, hey, I have a tunable white LED strip, so I want to use the channel 1 and 2. and the on if you make it off on off, which is you having the similar to this one, but instead of having one LED strip, you just have a double LED strip.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do for today, we have the first demo, which is it's showing the RGB light.
Yeah.
And second demo, we're gonna have the second demo, it's showing the sequence of we having two different LED strip with the tunable white, and we're trying to see and promoting this one.
Yeah, that sounds great. Before we move to the fun part, do you want to give us a brief introduction how the demo been set up?
Yes. Okay, so here is the DALI 2 setup. What we have here, we have like a component that is SPWM to control. We're gonna see what kind of controller, but basically for now we have the SPWM 150, we have the XLG 50 and the XLN, XLC. We have the DALI controller to management everything, and we have a motion sensor. Once the motion sensor is connected to the XLN 40, which means if he detect anything that the light is gonna turn on and turn off.
Right.
And we have the touch panel here, which is activating as a switch to turn on and turn off the light. So in term like the demo here, we're trying to present if we have like a mall, and the mall has outdoor lighting and indoor lighting.
Yeah.
And the decorative lighting. So for the outdoor lighting, we choose the XLG-50-H, which is a constant voltage, constant current LED that it's using to power up the street light. And we're using this series because this is mainly for outdoor application IP67. And for the trofo light, which is the trofo light here, it's connected with the sensor. So the touch panel does not have a control for the trofo light. And here we're using the constant current LED driver XLN. And for the indoor lighting of the mall, we're using the XLC to power up the indoor lighting. And the last lighting we have here, that decorative light, which is the entrance light. And this is controlling by the SPWM to presenting the RGB color.
Yeah, sounds great. So let's go to the demo.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a DALI 2 demo Karim just mentioned. So we have the SPWM here to control the decorative light, and also the XLG to just imagine we're in the shopping mall. The XLG is to control the external outdoor light, and also the XLN to control the traffic light, and also the XLC to control the internal light in the store. So we also have the DALI 2, the motion sensor, which is currently being covered right now, and we have the keypad with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each number control different area of lighting. Let's try from number 1, okay? So short click means short press means turn on or turn off the lights, which is very simple, the external light. Okay, if you give it a long press, it's dimming up or dimming down. So that's for the dimming function. Okay, and number 2 is to control the internal light. Again, short press is to turn on and turn off. It says turn on and turn off. And long press is to adjust the brightness. Okay, and number 4, the same, similar to number 1, number 2, turn on and turn off is to just, short press is just to turn on and turn off for the decorative light. As you can see here, yeah, it's blue color, and turn off. And give it a long press. We can adjust the brightness here. Okay, the fun part is number 5. If you give it 1 click, it's basically start the color sequence. As you can see, the color keep changing, and you can choose your favorite color and double press, and it will stop right there. Okay, and if you give it a long press, so the color sequence start again. So this is about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And number 6 is basically just turn off everything. And I haven't mentioned the motion sensor here. If I uncover it, it detects the motion. As you can see, the trouble light turns on. But if I cover it back again and give it 15 seconds, right now probably 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3. Okay, here we go. It turned off. Okay, this is about DALI 2 lighting system. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, we are back. So, Karim, do you want to introduce the second demo we are going to do today?
Okay, for the second demo, that's what we have. So here, the idea we need to present the tunable white, which is how we're gonna go from 3000 Kelvin or from the yellow color to white color. So we have two LED strip here, a tunable white, and the first one on the above, we set it to 5000 Kelvin, which is white color. And this is a 24 volts. So what we choose here, the SPWM-7524 volts, DALI 2Q. And the second LED, it's similar to the first one, but instead of set it to the 5000 Kelvin, we set it to 3000 Kelvin. And here we have the DALI controller, which is gonna control everything, and we have the touch panel. So what pretty much it's gonna do the sequence. Here's for the switch 1, it's assigned for the LED on the top. Switch 2 is assigned for the LED on the bottom. Number 3 to control all the lights, and number 4 it's not assigned to anything. So basically, if I click to switch number 1, it's gonna turn on and turn off. One click, it turn on and turn off the top lights, and double click, it's gonna go from 5000 to 3000 Kelvin, which is from white to yellow. And if I long press, which is I'm gonna dim the light up or down. And similar for the switch number 2 and switch number 3, it just turn on and turn off all lights.
Gotcha.
And here I'm trying to presenting that, as I mentioned, we have two LED strip, and the two LED strip that it's gonna control with that, like I'm trying to control the 4 channels. Let's switch to the demo.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we have for today. As I mentioned, the two LEDs here, the keypad, the LED driver, and the DALI. And if I just press one click here, we're gonna see the white color off. It's gonna go from off to on. If I wanna dim the light, long press, dim the light, or long press again to change the to increase the brightness. Double click here, you're gonna go to the yellow. The second switch, which is for the bottom here, it's same thing. One click to on, one click to off, double click to switch the light to white, and long press here to dim the light down, or long press to dim the light up. Then switch number 3, which is turn on the post light and turn off the post light. That's it.
Okay, we're back again. So there's a lot of fun today. And that's all for today's session. And for the next Tech Spark, it's actually our first Tech Spark in our New Jersey Service Center. And we'll have hands-on team and Intelligent Han talk about the robot charger solutions. So yeah, don't miss it out. If you have any additional question, we have technical team, we have Brian, Karim, Han, and Runway to help you there. So I hope everybody enjoyed today's session. I will see you next time. Bye.